Good day, Harlequin here. In this video I'm going to talk about Mari and Eliot's tag combos that are started from Mari in first person or in player 1 position, and in part 2 I'll talk about tag combos that are started from Eliot if he's like your preferred character. So alright, so just like the other videos I've done, we'll start off with medium characters and then later on we'll do heavy characters as well. Before we start, I want to talk about the basic tag controls, so you know what I'm talking about later on. So basically there's like 5 different ways you can switch out into the other character, and that I found. So you can do it raw, which means you can just do, what's that, R1 button on the PS4 on standard controls, and you just switch out just like this. So that's like the easiest way to switch out. Or if you want to, you can do, you can switch out right after you do a move. So I think almost any move you do, you can switch out after it. More like that. So that's called a quick tag actually. So it's like right after you finish a move you can change to the other character, and that will be very, very useful later on. Another way you can change is a tag throw, and you do that by doing dash or forward very quickly and then doing R1. So it tags the other character in using a throw, which is really useful. I think it does like 70 damage, which is good, and it's different depending on who's out first. So if Eliot's out first, it'll look different like this. So you could do that if you wanted to. And then the other 2 ways is like an aerial tag, which I'll talk about later, and a burst tag, which I'll talk about later as well. And for this I'll put the commands in the video and in the description. Mari's moves will be in pink, and Eliot's move, or it might be red, depends how I decide, and Eliot's will be blue, so you know which commands, for which character the commands I'm talking about. So the first tag combo I want to talk about is an aerial combo. I was talking about aerial before. Basically, aerial tag is when you tag in your partner and then they come flying in from the top of the screen, like. So basically, to do it using Mari Rose in first position, you do down forward and heavy punch to do her forward roll, just like in the strawberry combos for Mari. So then when she's in forward roll you do kick, and then after that when she's in back turn you do back and punch to launch them, like that. And the idea is, whilst they're in the air you need to do up and R1, which is the tag button, so that Eliot will come flying in and knock them back down. So I'll try and do it to show you what I mean. Wait, not like that. Like this. So that is 75 damage, I think. So basically the idea is to do it, is to tag Eliot in whilst the opponent is still in the air, so he'll come from above and smash down on them. Like this. And this combo, what did I call this? This combo is called Excuse Me, because it's like, I think one of Eliot's tag quotes is to say excuse me or something like that. So I just called it that. So it's quite easy to do. Oops. So if you wanted to like tag in your partner quickly whilst doing damage, then that's a good thing to do. So there's that one. Okay, so next we'll go through the easy combos to do. The first one is called Poison Palm, because it's a combination of Mari Rose's Poison Rose and Eliot's Cloud Palm. So basically you do forward kick or dash kick with Mari to stun them, and then you do punch kick to launch, And then right after you do punch punch kick, you need to do quick tag, which means you need to press R1 right afterwards. So it's like this. So Eliot comes in really quickly, and it's important that he comes in quickly because the opponent is in the air, so he needs to finish the combo before they drop, basically. So you do this, then quick tag, and then when you're in Eliot, you do up and punch. It's a really good move because it helps to float the opponent, and by float I mean when it hits them, it sort of bounce up a little bit, so it helps you extend the combo. This move, it's not completely necessary. If you want damage, then it's important to try and put this in as much as possible. But later on, you'll see with the heavy characters, it doesn't work out as well. Like, it's easier to drop them with this. So it's good for damage, but not really great for timing. So if it's difficult, if you find there's a combo that's difficult, you can just take this out, and usually that will make the combo much easier to do. But this one is quite easy, so you can leave it in. So you do, and then after that you finish off with forward, punch, punch, punch. So let me try and do it all together. Another thing with this, you have to be careful, because you're switching characters, it makes the combo more complicated, and that means timing is even more important. So basically, you need to be careful, like I did, about dropping the last part. Usually, the most common place to drop it is at the end, so you have to pay special attention. Let me try again. The easiest way to make sure the timing is good is to do this move as fast as you possibly can. Usually if you do that as fast as possible, the rest of it is quite easy to do. So let me see. Yeah, you see how high the opponent was when you do it quickly? Because when you're lazy with it, see, the last part doesn't. It's almost like they become a heavy character when you do it like lazy like that. Let me try and do it one more time. Ah, like that. Okay, so that's Poison Palm. Next one is Merry Gatekeeper, like merry-go-round and Gatekeeper combined. So to do that one, you do forward kick with Mary, forward kick back to go into Rondo spin, and then when she's in Rondo, you need to do punch punch, so that will launch the opponent. So it's like this. And then right after you launch, just like the other one, you need to quickly switch to Eliot using R1 button. And then you do up punch, and then to finish you do back 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 with punch. Back punch 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 punch. So you spam punch button and back command. So it's like this. So just like the other one, you have to be careful about dropping it, and also, so to rectify that, you do this very quickly and just sort of finish off speedy like that, like that. As long as you do this fast, this combo shouldn't be too difficult to do. You see, even when you do this move, you see how high she was. She was almost higher than Eliot's head. That's a good height, because it means the end part will be very easy to do. There we go. So that's Merry Gatekeeper. And the final easy combo is Strawberry Milkshake for 2. So basically to do that, you start off with regular strawberry milkshake with Mary. So you do forward roll, which is down forward and heavy punch, and then you do kick to go into back turned, and then when she's in back turn you do back and punch to launch, like this. And then after you launch you switch to Eliot, and then when you're in Eliot you have to do down and heavy punch twice, so it does this move. You have to be careful to do the down command properly, because if you don't, then he'll do this move instead, and that will completely ruin the combo. So what you want is this one, and not this one. So basically after that, then you do, if I can find it, Oh, then you just finish off with back punch, 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 punch. Let's see. So this. Just like this. Just like this move. This move is also very good for floating. This is really good for helping to keep them in the air for longer, and it's good damage as well. So I recommend using this whilst the opponent is in the air. So we go. Ooh, got that. Oh, got that. This one's fairly easy to do, considering how many hits there is. Okay, so that's strawberry milkshake for 2. Okay, next up are medium combos. These are medium because they are slightly longer, which means that there is a risk of dropping them. There's increased risk of dropping them, and it's just slightly more complicated. So, first one is Teddy Bear Gift. And you do that one by doing starting off teddy bear waltz with Mari. So you do back kick, then back punch kick, then up back kick to launch, and then kick, and then after kick you need to switch to Eliot. So it's like this. And then when you're in Eliot, then you have to do down heavy punch like this, like the last one. And then to finish off, you do dash punch, forward punch. Like this. So let me try and do it all together. That one turned out even better than I thought. Do you see how high they floated after this move? Like really, really high. That's good. So let me try and do it again. Not to drop the last part. Just like that. Okay, that's Teddy Bear Gift. Next one is Princess Slaps the Prince, because it's made from Mario's Princess Slap combo. So basically you do down back punch punch, and then back command to go into rondo spin, and when she's in rondo you do kick, so it's like this, to do a stun, and then you do heavy punch to put into critical stun level 3, and then after that you do up back kick to launch, and then you do up punch, and then after that you switch to Eliot. So let's do that first. Like that. Just like that. So then when you're in Eliot, you finish just like the other one, you do down, punch, punch. This is so useful, so you'll see it a lot. Down, heavy punch, and then finish off with back, punch, 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 punch. Or 4 punches. So all together it is... just like that. I'm floating so high actually, I could probably add some more hits in there, but because I want to keep it kind of simple, I think we'll just leave it like that, probably. Because I probably, if it's lagging and stuff, it might be, you might not be able to float that high. Might be more difficult to do, so we'll just keep it like that for now. Oops, did it wrong. And, I like I said before, you can change this up. You can finish the combo different if you want to. You can just mix and match. Like if you know the property of the move, you can in theory just make your own combos. I mean, I made up most of these just by experimenting, so I recommend you do the same as well. So that's Princess, that's the Prince. Let me do it one more time. Ah! Oh, that's never happened before. Let's see. Good, good, very good. Okay, next one. Okay, next we'll go on to the advanced combos. The reason why these are advanced, well, advanced for beginners, is because it has a burst tag, and it also has the aerial tag from before, but inside the combo, well, at the end of the combo, so it's slightly more complicated. So basically, we'll start off with the first one. This one's called Romantic Tension, and you start off from Mari, like the other ones, and you do kick, kick, to put into critical stun, and then you do forward, forward punch. This burst tag that I'm talking about, it's basically works off the same principles as critical burst when you're in solo. So like when you get the opponent to critical stun level 2, let me try and do that, like that. When they're in critical stun level 2, you can do critical burst, so it's the same thing. So you can use one character to get them to critical stun level 2, and then use the other character to critical burst them, and then continue from there. That's the principle of it. So for Romantic Tension, you do kick, kick, and then dash punch or forward, forward punch. So you have to do it fast so that they're in critical stun level 2, I believe. Like that, yeah. So you have to make sure it's, because if they're not in, if it's just normal critical stun again, then the next part won't work. So they have to be in critical stun level 3, which is the red lettering. Like that. So when they're in level 3, then you do the tag burst by doing quarter circle backwards. I use left stick to do this because I find it's way easier than using the directional buttons. You do down, down, back, and back, but in a smooth motion with the left stick. And then after that, you use the tag button after that. So you do quarter circle backwards, and then you do the tag button, which is R1 on the standard controls to do, and that's how you make Eliot do the critical burst. So let me try and do that. Ah, not like that. I keep doing that as well. I'm not quite sure why, but for some reason I keep doing that. Like that. So Eliot puts her into critical stun level 3, and then Eliot does the burst. Did I say Eliot twice? I don't remember. Just like that. So when they're in critical burst, then you can just finish it however you like. But like I said with Eliot's video, once you've done the critical burst, you want to finish off the combo in one move, because if you do 2 moves, it doesn't work. So let's see. So I end this one by doing quarter circle forward and kick. Do this kick because it's nice and powerful, and it's one hit, which is what I want. So quarter circle forward is the same thing as quarter circle backwards, except forwards obviously. So you do down, down, forward, forward, using left stick in a smooth movement, and then you do kick afterwards. So it's just like that. These types of ones, they kind of take practice with the timing of it. Just like that. So that's Romantic Tension. Next one is called Clingy Mistress, and it's moving on from the critical. There's another tag burst in this one, which is why it's an advanced combo. So basically you do forward kick, down kick, like this, just stun them. Then you do forward punch back to go into rondo spin, and then you do this one, you do one punch after the rondo spin, because if you do two, then you'll launch like this, which is what we were doing before in the other combos. But this time you don't want this. This time you just want one punch, so this one's quite tricky to do, but it is possible. So you do forward kick, and you just do forward kick back to go into rondo, and then you just do one punch like this. So if you want, you can practice doing this over and over, just so you can get a feel for how to break it down. You don't want the 2-hit version. So you do forward kick, down kick. See, you see how they're in critical stun after that? That's what you want. So after that, when they're in critical stun level 3, then you can do the tag burst, like that. So you try and do that. Just like that. Just like that. Oops. Just like that. So after you do the tag burst with Eliot, then you do, with Eliot you do up kick to launch, and then you do down punch, punch, down heavy punch, and then after that to finish you just do punch, punch, kick. So let's try it all together. And oops, we'll do, not like that. Focus. Must focus. I actually forgot the end part. Punch, punch, kick. Clearly I need to practice these a bit more. I can practice the easier ones a bit more, but these ones are slightly trickier. Yeah, just like that. That's what you want. Just like that. Oops. Oops. Okay, you get the idea. So the key thing with this one is to be careful about doing too many punches, otherwise you'll break the combo. Or you won't break it per se, but you'll just do something different. Okay, that's Clingy Mistress. Okay, so the next one's called White Harmonica, and you do that from Mari. You do this one is a bit more complicated because you switch out more than once. So you switch to Eliot, and then back to Mari, and then back to Eliot again. So basically you do kick, kick in Mari, and then you do quick tag to go into Eliot. And then when you're in Eliot you do dash punch, or forward punch. And then you do Mari's burst, so you do quarter circle backwards and tag button, so it's like this. So you have to make sure to do it quickly now. Not like that. just like that. That's what you want. Oops. So after critical burst, you need to do up back kick to launch, and then you do heavy kick, and then after you do heavy kick, you quick tag into Eliot again, and then you finish with back punch, 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 punch. So all together, it's like not like that. Just like this. So you have to be really careful with the timing for this one because you're switching out so many times, but it is possible to do. Another thing is after you do Mari's heavy kick, you have to make sure to tag after, because this move is 2 hits actually. You have to make sure to tag after the second hit if you want the good damage, but you can, if you want to, you can tag after the first hit of that move. That will connect, but it will just do less damage. So let me see if I can try and do that. Not like that. You see what I mean? So it will still connect, but it's just that you'll do slightly less damage than before. But what you want really is to do it after the second hit. Like that. Oops. Just like that. So that's white harmonica.